Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, ba. Marco Rubio and JD Vance have met with Greenlandic and Danish foreign ministers to negotiate. As you can see, Greenland, y'all. Clearly, there's been no agreement. Uh, we already know what the U.S. wants, what Trump wants, really, and we know that the Danish and the Greenlandic peoples don't want that exactly. My understanding is now the Greenlandic people is leaning towards more staying with the Danish, but we'll just have to see what happens. If anything, I find this mildly entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. So many people hurting about it. That's because Trump keeps saying it. Trump keep talking about it, don't he? Trump is talking smack. Let's be honest. He's saying a lot of crazy stuff, but that's not new coming from Trump. It's kind of what he does. The one thing they do agree on though is the security threat. You know, they want to protect the island and the concern with Russian and Chinese ships passing through. So at least they've gotten that far on agreement. Will it become the 51st state? Well, I think, like Alaska, if the America writes a big enough check, that might very well happen. Now, the military, I don't think he's going to do anything military wise, to be honest. I don't see that. I just think that just comes along with everything Trump says. Every time he talks to any foreign people, or any foreign governments, rather, he's always using that as a wild card. He's doing the same thing with Iran. Negotiate or we'll use force. Venezuela, negotiate or well, he did use force. So that is a real threat, I suppose. So there needs to be some kind of agreement, but it still seems like what Denmark is offering is that the U.S. can have more bases. And Trump doesn't really want that. And I can kind of understand why, because it's like, well, we're going to do all the protection, but don't reap any of the benefits of the land. You know what I mean? None of that's our territory, so we don't govern the seas around it. So I do get that. And there's a lot of untapped resources in Greenland, but I don't know how accessible they are. I'd have to look that up. But to be honest, I think trade over the North Pole is more vital. And I think in the future that's going to be key. And that we know is almost accessible now. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoy. I hope the lefties are hurting about this. You like my little AI artwork here. It's always a pleasure, never a chore. Y'all take care.